Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I'm very happy to be here. This is my first visit to Shri Radha Shyam Sundar's beautiful, wonderful temple. Such a wonderful place, beautiful devotees. Such a big and such a wonderful environment to practice bhakti. This is definitely Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Otherwise, who would have thought we all would be sitting here in New Jersey in front of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar and hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam about the glories of Lord Shiva. If not for Srila Prabhupada, we wouldn't be doing this. So, I would like to start off expressing my supreme heartfelt gratitude to Srila Prabhupada and all his disciples who are giving us this wonderful environment, teaching us by personal example how to practice bhakti. And we have His Grace Ishwara Prabhu here. So I am utterly unqualified. But sometimes you say, you have the weak soldiers ahead, but you have the strong manager at the back. So he's the general at the back. So I'm protected. I'm protected. So we are celebrating the glorious occasion of Mahashivaratri. And I have been ordered to speak about the glories of Lord Shiva. And this has been the central theme for this weekend. We were at Shri Gaurnitai temple at Tobacco last night, and we spoke about the glories of Lord Shiva there. But I'm pretty sure there are devotees crossing over, so we would try to speak on the glories of Lord Shiva without touching what we covered yesterday. We'll attempt. Of course, there will be some points, but please forgive me for that. On the path of spiritual advancement, there are different concepts, different tattvas, different conclusions, Vedic principles. They're called as tattvas. And it's very important that we take them. Sometimes we think that, philosophy, I'm not so interested. Pastimes, that keeps me awake. But the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Siddhanta baliya chitte na kar alas, iha hoite Krishna lage sudrida manas. It says that if we hear the philosophy, if we hear the Siddhanta, it may be a little difficult, but no problem. If we drink that Siddhanta with our ears, what happens? Eventually our mind gets attached to Shri Krishna. And same with rasa also. So we need a mixture of tattva, which means the philosophical conclusions, and rasa, the sweet, nectarian, mellow-filled pastimes. And we need a mixture of both. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes Samsara Sindhumati Dustaramuttitirsho Nanya Bhagavata Purushottamasya Leela Katha Rasagisevananantarena Pumsam Bhavet Vivida Dukkha Dhavarvitasya. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes samsara, this material world, is a sindhu, an ocean. But it's not an ocean of water. Samsara sindhum ati dustara. It is an ocean of suffering which is very difficult to overcome. But uttitirsho, those who desire to cross over, there's one bridge. Generally, it's difficult to find a bridge over an ocean. Yeah? But this one is a special bridge. Na anya plava. He says not just a bridge, it's like a boat, it's like a ship, ready to give shelter to everyone. What is that ship? Leela katha rasa nisevan antarena. Simply absorbing the nectarian pastimes of the Lord through our ear. If we sit and hear tattva on one end, our mind gets attached to Krishna. And on the other end, if we hear the pastimes of Krishna, we get onto the boat or the ship which takes us across the ocean of material existence. So in an attempt of covering tattva and rasa, today's class we will see Lord Shiva from tattva and rasa, with your permission. Yes? Do you promise to bless me before I begin? Because there are so many exalted Vaishnavas sitting, Vaishnavas sitting. With my vision I can't even see. So I'm just begging everybody. In the pastime of Jada Bharat, King Rahugana didn't realize that Jada Bharat was an exalted personality. He thought, oh, this person is just a mere mortal, you should better carry my palanquin. But later when he realized, this personality is not a dull person, he's actually a Mahabhagavat. He's a great personality. And I misunderstood. I didn't understand. So he passed down to Mother Earth and he says, oh Mother Earth, I don't know where the pure devotees are. You please offer my dandavat to all the pure devotees. So in that way I am offering dandavat to the floor here, saying that you please offer my dandavats to everyone so that you bless me. So starting with the tattva of Lord Shiva, about 10 minutes of rapt attention. If you can cross through these 10 minutes, then the next 20 minutes will be very nice. But if you sleep through these 10 minutes, the sleep is so nectarian that forget about tattva, forget about rasa. You wake up when there is Mahaprasade Govinda. One Srila Prabhupada disciple was once saying that if you really want to put people to sleep, there's a wonderful medicine that ISKCON has. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And that's a sleep that doesn't matter how many people in the temple room, you still get good sleep. Doesn't matter whether you have a backrest, whether you're next to a pillar. You could sit next to the speaker and still motivate him with your sleep. And now if you want to wake him up, ISKCON also has one more mantra. Mahaprasade Govinde. Everybody's on their feet. So on that note, let's start the tattva, vichar, the vision of seeing Lord Shiva from the philosophical perspective. The Vedic literature very boldly proclaims the position of Sri Krishna. Lord Brahma, chapter 5, text 1, Brahma Samhita, very clearly he says, no ambiguity. He says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. According to me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. Okay? Lord Shiva, what do you feel? And he talks to Mother Parvati and he says, Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. According to me, Vishnu or Krishna is supreme. Now Brahmaji is saying Krishna is supreme. Lord Shiva is saying Krishna is supreme. Shukdev Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Ete Chansa Kalaha Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is supreme. Suta Goswami, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogina Yasya Antam Na Vidu Sura Asura Gana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. I bow down to that Krishna who is worshipable by everyone, living, non-living, moving, non-moving. And then you have other personalities also, who all they all come together and glorify Sri Krishna's position. And when you get to Sri Krishna and you ask him, well, everybody, they all come to this unanimous decision that you are God. Is it true? Krishna doesn't say, no, actually it's their humility, I am not Bhagavan. In fact, Krishna says, Matta parataram nanyat kinjidasti dhananjaya. What they are saying is true, there is nobody greater than me. Now this might sound very pompous, it might sound, why is Krishna being so egoistic? But he is not. If you enter a multinational company and you start asking, are you the boss? Are you the boss? Are you the boss? Are you the boss? And the guy would say, not me, that guy. That person, that person, that person. Everybody's pointing out to the same person. And when you go to that person and you ask him, are you the boss? He's not going to say, I actually just clean up. He would actually say, yes, how can I help you? Now, would you say that he's egoistic? No. You're searching for the boss, he comes out and helps you. Now, if he comes and tells you that he's not, then your complexity increases. Your confusion increases. So to help us, Krishna comes and again, he makes the same point. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasa sharanam surit. I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end, I am the creator, I am the maintainer, I am the destroyer, I am the protector, I am everything that exists. So this Krishna, who is the Mool Roop, the original personality, he expands. And the first expansion coming out of Sri Krishna is Balaram. Balaram and Krishna, no difference. Once I was speaking somewhere and I asked the children, what's the difference between Krishna and Balaram? The boy looked up and he said, one stands to the right, one stands to the left. And I said, wonderful. It's very innocent. But actually speaking, Krishna and Balaram, no difference. There's a difference in the complexion. One is bluish black. One is in the complexion of a monsoon cloud. One is in the complexion of a spring cloud. And internally, both are gods, or God, but one in the spirit of accepting service, that is Krishna, and one in the spirit of offering service, that is Balaram. So Krishna manifests first expansion, Balaram. From Balaram expands one more expansion called Sankarshan. What's his name?
Sankarshan.
From Sankarshan manifests one more expansion called Narayan. What is his name?
Narayan.
From Narayan expands one more expansion called as Mahasankarshan. What is his name?
Mahasankarshan.
From Mahasankarshan comes one more expansion called as Mahavishnu. What is his name? Okay, that's the end. Don't worry. Some of them, they were counting. So Krishna, Sankarshan,
Mahasankarshan,
Narayan, Mahasankarshan, Mahavishnu. Simple? Okay. Now this Mahavishnu has one more name. It's like you have, your father has a professional name and at home, your mom calls him differently, I hope. So similarly, this Mahavishnu has a very beautiful name. And his name is? I got already 4 names. Yes? Yes, somebody. Karana Udaka Shayi Vishnu. Udaka means water. We sometimes call him as Karana Udaka Shayi Vishnu. But Karana means cause, Udaka means water, and Shayi means to sleep. Shayan Darshan, as we say, the last darshan before the Lord take rest. So that Lord who rests on the water or the causal ocean is Karana Udaka Shayi Vishnu. Vishnu also means he who creates something and enters and maintains also. It's very rare. For example, somebody who creates a software program, he creates it, but he's not the one running on the screen changing numbers. But Vishnu literally means he who creates and also enters and maintains it. Yeah? So this Karana Udaka Shayi Vishnu is the cause of everything that exists. Can I continue? Are we all comfortably sleeping? All those who are sleeping, please loudly say Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Should I see this as a motivation or? Okay, all those who want to be awake, please loudly say, Hariya! So, Karana Udakashayi Vishnu. Your laughter is contagious, Mataji. So, Karana Udakashayi Vishnu, he's the one who inhales and exhales. He does pranayama, so to speak. He inhales and exhales, and with his meditation, from every pore of his body manifests a universe. Okay? Now, this Karana Udakashayi Vishnu again expands. This whole world is the world of expansion. So Karana Udakashayi Vishnu expands to Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu. Garbha means the womb. There's a very famous Gaudiya Acharya called as Bhugarbha Goswami. If you go to Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan, when you perform parikrama, you find the samadhi of Bhugarbha Goswami. His name was Bhugarbha Goswami. Goswami because he had his senses controlled. And he would perform bhakti underground. Because 550 years ago, he found that this place was filled with Maya. Too much of distraction. I don't know where he would have gone if he was in the present generation. He would dig a pit and sit underneath. So therefore his name was Bhugarbha. He who sat in the womb of Mother Earth to perform tapasya. So Garbha means womb. So Karana Udakashayi Vishnu manifests as Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu, from whose womb comes up a lotus. And on that lotus is a wonderful personality called as Brahma. Lord Brahma is therefore also called as Padma Yoni. Yoni means species and Padma means lotus. He is one of the rare species who come from a lotus. Now this Brahma is the one whom we famous know, who performs tapasya, and now primary creation is given by Karana Udakashayi Vishnu. Now this Brahmaji does the secondary creation. He creates 14 planets in each universe. Planetary levels. Not planets, planetary levels. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. 7 levels of hell. We famously know only Patala. But Tala means hellish condition. So Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, etc. And finally Patala. And then you have 7 higher planetary systems. Bhu, Bhuvar, Suvarloka, Mahatloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. So 7 below and 7 above. So 14 planetary levels in each universe. Yes? Okay. Now this Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu is tired. So he's actually sleeping on the ocean of his own sweat. Okay? He's sweating. And this Brahmaji is creating. And all these different planetary systems are in the levels of the stem of that lotus. Because on top of that lotus is Brahma's planet. So all the different planets are in the stem of the lotus. Okay? Now these planets have to be maintained. So Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu again expands. At the end I'm going to ask, what's the whole chronological order? Now the third expansion is Kshira Udakashayi Vishnu. Kshira means milk, Udaka means fluid, and Shayi means sleeping. So Kshira Udakashayi Vishnu expands from Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu, and what does he do? He enters into 2 places. One, in the heart of all living beings. So when Krishna says Sarvasya Chaham Ridhi Sannivishta, oh, that is, let me feel, oh, that's Kshira Udakashayi Vishnu. And second, he enters every atom of this universe. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Pujam. Okay? Now, he maintains all of this. But there are two things still left. At the end of this discussion, you will value the presence of Lord Shiva. He does all this. But Vishnu, being transcendental, he cannot touch Maya. Because Vishnu or Krishna is light and Maya is darkness. They don't coexist. Maya runs away. Wherever there is Krishna, jahan Krishna taha nair Maya adhikar. So if Vishnu comes to touch material nature, she runs away. So how is he going to impregnate her with jivas, like all of us? So he needs the three modes. He needs goodness, which he maintains. And then he needs passion to create. And he needs ignorance to destroy. And the personality who manifests as the glance of that Vishnu on material nature is Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva manifests from Bhagavan, but he serves the Lord in the function of coming in contact with material nature. Because the Lord doesn't. He cannot. He can, but he's transcendental, so Maya doesn't come close to him. Material nature. So in the form of Lord Shiva, Sa Aikshata, Taittiriya Upanishad describes. He would just glance and there will be jivas impregnated. But that glance carrying potency is Lord Shiva. So the seed giver is Vishnu, but the one who carries it to the womb is Lord Shiva. Now, one more reason. Vishnu, being completely transcendental, he cannot maintain modes of passion and ignorance. So therefore he himself expands to a personality who is himself, but at the same time can maintain these modes. So he manifests as Brahmaji and Lord Shiva. So therefore Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are called as the Guna avatars. What are they called as? Guna avatars. Because they are avatar, they are expansion, manifestations of the Lord who take care of the guna or the modes. So therefore, putting now all the pieces together from the start, Krishna, Balaram, Sankarshan, Narayan, Mahasankarshan, Mahavishnu, also called as Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Who? What does he do? Creates universes. Now he enters every universe as Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu, from whose navel comes a rose. Yes? No, a lotus flower. Some of them say, yes, Prabhuji, yes. We have also read it like that. A lotus flower. And on that lotus flower is the famous Lord Brahma. Now this Lord Brahma, by tapasya, creates 14 planetary systems. And these 14 planetary systems have to be maintained. And each atom and each jiva, all of them, the third expansion, Kshira Udakashayi Vishnu, expands as Paramatma, enters these atoms, maintains everything. But to finally impregnate those jivas with prakriti, material nature, and to keep karma, kala, and the three modes acting and working like this, he expands his Lord Shiva. So therefore, it is very, very interesting to note, Kshiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat sanjayate nahi tata prakatasti heto yah shambhutam api tata samupaiti karyat govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Kshiram yatha dadi vikara. Vikara means transformation. Vikara. Kshiram, milk, yatha, just like, dadhi, dahi, curd, yogurt. Vikara, just like milk gets transformed to yogurt by what? Some acid. You squeeze some acidic substance and it becomes. Sanjayate nahitata prakatasti meto yah shambhutam apitata. Similarly, the presence of Lord Shiva and Vishnu can be understood according to Brahma Samhita like this. Just like milk, in the influence of the acid, becomes yogurt, At the same time, yogurt and milk, are they the same? No. But can we say they are also same? Because yes. So similarly, Lord Shiva, can we say he is as good as Vishnu Tattva? Well, no. But can we say he actually came from Lord Shiva for service? Yes. The thing about Vishnu is that when he deals even with the mode of goodness, he doesn't get influenced. But Lord Shiva, because of his contact with the mode of ignorance, there is some acidic mixture. So, Vishnu, trying to take care of material nature with the acidity of the mode of ignorance, gives the yogurt of Lord. Yogurt, is it milk? No. But is it milk? Yes. Lord Shiva, is he Vishnu? No. But is he actually Vishnu? Yes. Understand? So this is the tattva vichar of Lord Shiva. How many of you survived through this? All of you who were sleeping, now please wake up. Now past tense are coming. So this is the tattva understanding of Lord Shiva. It is described on the path of bhakti. There are so many tattvas. Not just on the path of bhakti, in general. You have Bhagavad tattva, the conclusions about Bhagavan. You have Jiva tattva, the conclusions about the living entity. You have Maya tattva, the understanding about material nature. Then you have Nam tattva, the glories of the holy name. Then you have Prem tattva, the glories of the ultimate prayojan, love for Krishna. Then you have the path, Bhakti tattva. And to help on that Bhakti tattva, you need Guru tattva. So there are so many tattvas, but one of the most difficult tattvas to understand and misunderstand is Shiva tattva. But on the basis of whatever Srila Prabhupada has given us, with the commentary of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on this verse of Brahma Samhita, we have attempted something. Now, tattva vichar is done. Now let's go to rasa or lila vichar. Lord Shiva is Vishnu, etc., etc. Now we keep that piece aside. Now we see him according to his heart. That is something that we all can relate to. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee. Please give me the Sanskrit for it. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu, Nimnaganam yatha Ganga, Devanam achyuto yatha, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu, Purananam idam. Just like among the rivers, who's topmost? Ganga. Who said that? Among the rivers, Ganga is topmost. Among the personalities, powerful personalities, Achyuta or Krishna. Among the literatures, Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, among Vaishnavas, it is Lord Shiva. Yes, and he's the greatest devotee. Last night, we discussed about 5 qualities of Lord Shiva as a devotee. We spoke about his humility. We spoke about his compassion. We spoke about how he's detached from material attachment. We spoke about how he's always ready for service. He is not attached to a service, but he is attached to service. And at the same time, how he is ready to see good in others, with the example of the thief and the golden pen. So today, we take that discussion ahead and we talk about Lord Shiva's quality of deep hankering to get Krishna's mercy. This is very important for a devotee. The devotee always thinks he has nothing. It is said when we are full in ourselves, God has no place to push his mercy through. But when we make our heart empty in humility, that's when Krishna can pour his Shakti in. If we want empowerment from Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, then there has to be some space. If we are always thinking about ourselves, how will Krishna shower his mercy? But when we go with an empty pot, saying that I have nothing, that's when he can fill. And this has been the theme in the lives of all great devotees. All great devotees. In fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radharani himself, he would cry in separation from Krishna. Not tears. It would not drop down like this. They were like syringes. He would cry across. literally wash the lotus feet of the deity from a distance. Like people sometimes fight to get darshan from ahead. He could just stand at the back and do abhishek from there. And then he would tell Swarup Damodar Goswami that, you know what, I have no love for Krishna. And Swarup Damodar Goswami would say, why do you say this? And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, can fish live without water? No. What happens when you take fish out of water? He said it would die. You say, why? He said, because it's attached to water. It cannot live without water. He said, just see. I am like that fish. But unfortunately, I am not able to see the blue waters of Shyamasundar Shri Krishna, and I still continue to live. If I was really attached to Krishna, I would die without seeing him. But I can't see him and I'm still alive, which means I have no love for him. And Lord Shiva is also like that. He's filled with love for Krishna. The more you have love, the more humble you are, and you think you don't have it. But when we don't have love for Krishna, we think we have it. Oh, I'm senior devotee. I am very advanced. They actually don't know. They will realize someday. And someday some devotee would come and say, Prabhu, I'm really sorry. That day, I didn't realize, but I'm really sorry. Finally. I'm really happy, Krishna. I mean, internally you wouldn't say that. But internally, I'm really happy Krishna blessed you with that realization. So therefore one devotee says, a person is not senior by the number of years that he has seen. Seen years. But the person is senior on the basis of seeing Krishna through his ears. So we are senior if we have seen Krishna through our ears, and not if we have seen, or not just simply seeing years pass by. So Lord Shiva is always in this mood of hankering. And in Nandagram, in the place of Nanda Baba, he's crying and he says, oh, Shri Krishna is so beautiful, he's so attractive. I really want to have the dust of his lotus feet on my head. Now baby Krishna, he, although being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he comes in a baby form, how attractive he is. Satyavrat Muni sings, Iti drikshvalilabhire ananda kunde swaghosham nimajantam akhyavayantam tadyeshitanyeshu bhaktairjitatvam puna prematastam satavritti vande. Iti drik swalilabhir ananda kunde. He would create ponds and rivers of happiness by his own pastimes. Krishna was so beautiful and so attractive. One time baby Krishna, he was walking and he had this waist belt with bells on them. And he was walking, ching, 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 ching. The sound of the ringing waist bells. And Krishna stopped as a baby. And he looked around. Who's making that sound? Why are you hiding? And then again, ching, ching, ching. Again? Why do you stop when I stop? And then Krishna got a little suspicious and he would keep one step. Ching! 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 Our acharyas describe. And the gopis would laugh. It is like the Supreme Lord who is all cognizant. He knows everything. But he acts like this, out of total innocence, to give pleasure to his devotees. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham deham astitah bhajate tadrishi krida yashrutva tatparo bhavet. Krishna performs pastimes for paritranaya sadhunam, that's all okay. But the main reason why he performs pastimes is to melt the heart of the Brajavasis. So when he became a baby, Lord Shiva was praying, I want the dust of his lotus feet, that's all. I just want him to sit on me, play with me, do anything with me, that's okay. And following the footsteps of Brahmaji, Brahmaji wanted the lotus feet of Radharani. And Lord Shiva wanted the lotus feet of Krishna. After sincere austerity, the four heads of Brahma transformed into the 4 hills of Barsanadha. Dan, 4 hills of Barsana are 4 heads of Brahmaji. Now Radharani has to be there. She runs through that, she sits there, she talks there, she eats there, she performs her pastimes there, and Brahmaji is always in ecstasy. So Lord Shiva said, this seems like a good plan. Let me try for becoming a hill in Nandagram. Just like Brahmaji became the mountain ranges or the hills in Barsana, Vishnu became Govardhan, Brajmandal. Similarly, Lord Shiva became Nandishwar Parvat. He became a mountain. He said, I am ready to become from animate to inanimate, just to get the glimpse of the pastimes of baby Krishna. And he is celebrated as Nandishwar Mahadev. Nandishwar Mahadev Bhagwan ki. But he also had a desire. He said, not just being a hill, I also want to go and see the Lord. But if he goes like that, very scary. Why? He has dead man ashes on his body. He has a garland of skulls. And he has tiger skin. And he has snakes. Not rubber ones, real ones, which moving heads. You have these people playing the role of Lord Shiva in these television soaps. And all through, you would have them have a snake like this. And never moves. Jai Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Bhagwan ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Jai Shri Gauri Dai ki Gaur Premanande. So he changed his form. He didn't go in that form. He became a sadhu. He became a mendicant. And he knocked the door. Mother Yashoda came out. Yes, Bhavati Bhikshandehi. Please give me some grains, some madhukari. She said, what do you want? What do you want me to give you? Is chapati okay? Or puri or sabji? What do you want? He said, no, I don't want that. I want the darshan of Lala. I want to see Sri Krishna. Mother Yashoda immediately said, no. I think you are sent by Kamsa. Because Kamsa sends people in a weird fashion. Sometimes as a whirlwind, sometimes like a mother, sometimes like this, sometimes like that. I think now you are sent as an asura. You are actually an asura sent as a sadhu. And this is history. Treta Yuga, you have Mother Parvati, who trusted an asura. Ravana, who came as a mendicant. So it's possible you are also sent by Kamsa. He said, no, I am not sent by Kamsa. I am coming on my own accord. I want to take darshan of Krishna. She said, nothing doing, get lost. So he came down the hill and he was praying. He said, ill fortune, I really want. As soon as this happened, Krishna started crying. Mother Yashoda said, oh, maybe my baby Krishna, maybe he's hungry. No, he was not. Maybe he's thirsty. No, he was not. Maybe he's sleepy. No, he was not. Later on they realized, oh, maybe Krishna wants to see that sadhu. The gopis said, maybe that sadhu should be called back to bless Lala, then he'll be fine. So the same Mother Yashoda, who almost threw Shiva out, invited him with a big procession. Please welcome, please come, have darshan of Krishna. And Lord Shiva came in. And he touched the lotus feet of Krishna, and Krishna opened his eye and he stopped crying. He smiled. Even now, that form of the Lord Shiva exists in Brajmandal. He is called as Asheshwar Mahadev. In Sanskrit or in Hindi, Asha means desire and Ishwar means Lord. If you want to have hankering, have the hankering that Lord Shiva had. Because Lord Shiva down the hill, he was praying. He said, my Lord, I'm going to give up my life if I can't see you. I really want your mercy. Please, oh Sri Krishna, you are showering your mercy on everyone. Please shower your mercy on me. Without you, where will I go? Shri Krishna Sharanam Samasta Jagatam Krishnam Vinaka Gati Krishnena Pratihanyate Kalimalam Krishnaya Karyam Namaha. Krishna vina kagati. Except for Krishna, what other shelter do we have? Only Krishna. So Lord Shiva would cry, and deep hankering in his heart. So much so that he was crying so much that Krishna and the cradle started crying. He said, my devotee is crying so much for me, I want to cry for him. I want to cry for him. So even now he is called as Asheshwar Mahadev. Asheshwar Mahadev Bhagavan ki. And not just for association of the Lord. He hankers equally for Vaishnava association also. Now for us, we like to associate with the Lord, but not so much with the devotees. Given a chance between serving the devotees and serving the deity, we'll all pick deity worship. Why? Because they don't give you a feedback. Whether you dress them good or bad, they're simply standing. But in the dealing with Vaishnavas, instant feedback. Even when you don't want it. Even when you don't want it. But the time when we hanker for the association of devotees, to sit like this, in this wonderful association, and we hanker to worship Krishna together, that is actually following the footsteps of worship. After the Govardhan Leela, in fact during the Govardhan Leela, all the Brajavasis were standing under Giriraj, and it was showering, rain, torrents of rain. And you know when there's rain, automatically you feel cold. So all the Brajavasis, they were under the same hill, but they started telling Krishna, hey, switch on the heater, it's too cold. We feel like we are in Boston. Yes? We are in Boston. We almost feel like we are in Boston. Krishna would say, what's the temperature? It's like 0 degrees. Celsius? No, Fahrenheit. So the Brajavasis said, we need some warmth. So Krishna invoked the Sudarshan Chakra. And he ordered the Sudarshan Chakra, I want you to perform parikrama around Giriraj. At this speed, that your circumambulation should create some heat and keep them comfortable. So Sudarshan Chakra did that. And Krishna was very pleased. End of Govardhan Leela, everybody was satisfied. Indra's ego was crushed. Everybody peaceful. Sudarshan Chakra said, now I've been promoted from Vaikuntha to Vrindavan. Now what's my service? Krishna said, you go back to Vaikuntha. He said, I have heard when you do good service, you get promoted. And here I've done excellent service and I've been fired. I should be hired, not fired. He said, Krishna, please give me some. Come on, you gave me temporary residence in Vrindavan, give me permanent residence. So Krishna said, don't worry, I'll give you permanent residence. So Sudarshan Chakra even today has permanent residence in Govardhan called as Chakra Tirtha. Huh? Now Chakra Tirtha is a very powerful place. Very, very powerful place. So Sripad Sanatana Goswami, when he would do parikrama, he would come to Chakra Tirtha, sit and chant his japa there. And his japa used to be so melodious. Tunde tande vini ratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye. No jani janita kriyabdir amritair krishneti varnadvai. Oh, these two syllables, Krishna, have so much nectar that when I start chanting, I need thousands and thousands of tongues. And when they get into my ear holes, I need billions and billions of ear holes. And then when it enters the courtyard of my heart, my senses go inert and I fall unconscious. Rupa Goswami Pad explains. For us also, we also fall unconscious. But that's in sleep. There's so much nectar in the two syllables Krishna that every time I chant, I fall asleep. Sanatana Goswami would chant japa very loudly and intensely. And Lord Shiva would leave Kailas and come and sit there and listen to Sanatana Goswami's Naam. And every day that was the schedule. Sanatana Goswami would come and sit in the afternoon and Lord Shiva would tell Mother Parvati, okay, now I'll have to go. And he would go and seek association. And then one day, as Sanatana Goswami was sitting there, there were too many mosquitoes. He said, this is a problem. I think from tomorrow I'll not come to Chakra Tirtha. I'll go somewhere else and sit. Lord Shiva thought, oh my God, this is such a powerful place, and I'm getting Vaishnava association, why should I lose that? So he came in the dream of Sanatana Goswami and said, please don't leave. I come here to listen to your Naam. Please don't go. but Sanatana Goswami said there are so many mosquitoes, what to do? Lord Shiva said, don't worry. I will go and talk to the demigod in charge of the mosquitoes. There's a department called the mosquito department. I'll go and talk to them. But you don't leave. You don't leave. So actually that materialized. Lord Shiva mysteriously made an arrangement that even today, you go to Chakra Tirtha and there are no mosquitoes. And that Lord Shiva, who resides at Chakra Tirtha eternally, to hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting of Sanatana Goswami, is called as Chakreshwar Mahadev. Chakra Ishwar, the Lord of that chakra, that place. But because Braj Bhasha is so sweet, over time, that Chakreshwar, 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 Chakreshwar. So now when you go to Govardhan, Chakreshwar Mahadev, ये कौन सा मंदिर है? Chakleshwar, ऐसा बोलो सामने. So they say you go ahead, that is Chakleshwar. So we think, Chakleshwar is the original and Chakreshwar is the mistake. So anyway, whether Chakreshwar or Chakleshwar, the sweetness is that Lord Shiva is equally hankering for the association of the Vaishnavas as much as for Krishna. The Bhagavatam describes Tulayama lave navi na swargam na punarbhavam Bhagavat sangi sangasya, that the association of a devotee who associates with Krishna, that is so valuable that in comparison to that, even the whole of creation given as a gift is not very counted. Nanaka prashtham na chapara maishyam na sarva bhaumam na rasadhipatyam na yoga siddhi apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahayya kangshe. Vritrasur in Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 6 chapter 11 text 25, he says that I don't want the position of Brahmaloka, being Brahma. I don't want to be the king on earth. I don't want to rule hell, the hellish planets like Bali Maharaj. I don't want yogic siddhis. I don't even want liberation if that is depriving me of associating with a pure Vaishnava. To get the association of a devotee is very, very rare. Durlabho manavo deho dehinam kshana bhangura tatrapi durlabham manye vaikunta priyadarshan. To get this human form of life is so rare. In this human form of life, to get bhakti is so rare. And then, human form of life, we getting bhakti, and then meeting another devotee who has bhakti is so rare. And what to speak of sitting with so many devotees all at the same time on the night of Mahashivratri, listening about Lord Shiva from the Srimad Bhagavatam with devotees who are like-minded. And disciples of Srila Prabhupada would ask Srila Prabhupada, what have we done to get you in our life? Prabhupada very humbly yet honestly would say, you had no good qualification. We had no qualification? No, you didn't have good qualification. Then, I made your qualification. So similarly, on the dint of our past credit, may not be possible. But Srila Prabhupada just walks through our lives, through his books, through his disciples, through the temples, through his letters, through his instructions, and definitely through prasadam. And keeps us bonded together. On the day of Nandotsav, Nanda Baba would give out gifts. Yes? He would give out gifts to all the sadhus. So when Krishna grew up, he saw, on the day of Nandotsav, it's a custom to give out gifts. So I will also give gifts. And on the day of Nandotsav, 1st of September 1896, Krishna said, I will give the most invaluable gift to the whole of mankind. Srila Prabhupada appeared. So this hankering to get the association of devotees, to be in bhakti and to cooperate, so important. We have so many reasons to separate, but we have the good reason of being together to serve Srila Prabhupada. I may think this is right, you may think this is right, he may think this is right, no problem. Let's sit together and say, what is going to please Srila Prabhupada? It may ruffle the feathers of many, no problem, but we have to do what is right. What is going to please Srila Prabhupada? What is going to please Guru, Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So important. There are people who cooperate, but for the wrong motives. Like, for example, there are some people who have their profession of collecting crabs for their livelihood. Yeah? There are people who collect fish. There are people who collect other creatures also. And all the time they are covered so that they don't escape. Fishes are covered, other creatures are covered, basket is closed, the net is properly tied, whatever. But you know how the person who collects crabs takes them? He takes a basket on his head with about 10 crabs on it without the lid. You know why? Because if one of these crabs try to escape, the remaining 9 cooperate to pull him back. If you logically think about it, all the 10 crabs can escape at the same time. But they don't think like that. They act as if they're sleeping. But as soon as one person tries to escape, let's cooperate. That's also cooperation. But that's cooperation in the mode of ignorance or passion. Like one time, one of the devotees, temple presidents, he was giving a class to the Gurukul children about, he was strictly saying, you shouldn't watch movies, you shouldn't eat out, etc. Next day, he found a boy from the Gurukul. And he said, where were you? Went to watch a movie. I said, watch a movie? Then the boy said, don't worry Prabhuji, I went in the association of devotees. So that is also association and cooperation. But not for the right reason. But the right reason to cooperate is samsiddhir haritoshanam. So Lord Shiva in the Bhagavatam, he gives this instruction of cooperation. So not simply the tattva, not simply the rasa, but also the instruction, the bani of Lord Shiva is so important. He gives us the instruction how to cooperate. Yesterday we were discussing, he told the sons of Prachina Barhisha, the 10 prachetas, who performed austerity underwater. He came and said, wonderful austerity. They said, thank you Prabhuji. And he said, not the austerity of sitting underwater, but your austerity of mutual friendship. And this was Satyuga. So we in Kali Yuga, in the age of quarrel, if we cooperate for the pleasure of Guru, Gauranga and Krishna to keep this community strong, how much we are pleasing Lord Shiva and all of great personalities. So it's very, very important. Lord Shiva also teaches us how to approach Shri Radha and Krishna. He very famously sings, please repeat after me. Makheshwari Kriyeshwari
Makheshwari Kriyeshwari
Swadeshwari Sureshwari
Sudeshwari Sureshwari
Triveda Bharatishwari
Triveda Bharatishwari
Pramana Shashaneshwari
Pramana Shashaneshwari
Rameshwari Kshameshwari
Rameshwari Shameshwari
Pramoda Kananeshwari
Pramoda Kananeshwari
Brajeshwari Brajadipe
Brajeshwari Brajadipe
Shri Radhike Namostute
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 Shri Radhike Namostute.
Lord Shiva, practically in his own composition of the Radha Kripa Kataksha, he says, Makheshwari, O Srimati Radharani, who is the object of all yajnas. Kriyeshwari, O that goddess who is the embodiment of wonderful pastimes. Sureshwari, she who is the ultimate goddess. Triveda Bharatishwari, she who knows the 3 Vedas in truth. And yet, Pramana Shashaneshwari, she is very disciplined as a devotee. Sometimes when you know a lot, you think, oh, I can slacken down a bit. They don't know, so they have to be a little, but I can. But she knows, and therefore she is she's a very disciplined devotee. Goddess of pleasure, Rama. Rameshwari, Kshameshwari. She's the goddess of forgiveness. And Pramoda Karaneshwari. She's the one who enjoys moving in the forests of Vrindavan. Vrajeshwari Vrajadipe. She's the goddess of Vrindavan, the queen of Vrindavan. Shri Radhike Namaste. To that Srimati Radharani I go to. So he's teaching us. When people come and say, oh, we should worship Lord Shiva. Sure, if you wish to. But in the mood that he's showing us. If Lord Shiva is saying, I will be happy if you worship Krishna. But you still come and say, no, that is fine, but I still want to worship you. Independently. That is not very pleasing for him. But if you want to please him, oh Lord Shiva, how can I please you? Oh, you can please me by worshipping Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Okay. So when we worship Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, we invoke that mercy of Lord Shiva. We invoke the mercy of Lord Shiva. Srila Prabhupada went to give this mercy everywhere. One time he was in London and he was being interviewed. And the reporter asked him, so why have you come to London? Srila Prabhupada said, the British took everything away from India. They took the Kohinoor, they took everything. But they left behind one jewel, Bhagavad Gita. I have come to give that. So Srila Prabhupada would go and distribute this mercy everywhere. He came to New York City for the first time and he said, dark, very dark. And the disciple who was with Srila Prabhupada said, Prabhupada, why do you say that? It's lit up. It's nice. Prabhupada said, it's lit up outside, but it's dark within. And then Prabhupada asked him, what's that? He said, Prabhupada, that's a nightclub. You don't want to go there. Prabhupada said, what's that? So the disciple said, well, no problem, just forget it. The 4 regulative principles that we want to follow cannot be followed inside. Prabhupada said, very good, let's go there to distribute back to God. And he entered. Prabhupada couldn't see anything. There were flashing lights inside. Prabhupada said, darker than the darkest. And I don't want to name, but from that nightclub, ISKCON got a jewel. ISKCON got a jewel. And later, when he took Diksha from Prabhupada and he was with Srila Prabhupada, he asked Srila Prabhupada, what did I do? I was intoxicated. And you walked in. And how did you save me? Prabhupada said, you had only one qualification. When I entered, you said, yes, what can I do for you? And in Vaisheshika Prabhu's terms, in his words, Prabhupada fanned the spark. So in this way, we can actually invoke the mercy of Lord Shiva by following his instruction. By following his instruction in a humble mood. Because he is free from humility, free from false ego. In a mood of complete humility. And Srila Prabhupada would get that through his examples. One time there was, in one of the temples, there was a devotee who was reading Srimad Bhagavatam, but on the floor. So Srila Prabhupada entered and he said, you should not keep the Srimad Bhagavatam on the floor. You should have a cover for the book. So the devotee said, okay, Srila Prabhupada. So within a few days, he actually stitched a brand new Bhagavatam cover. And after the Bhagavatam class, after Srila Prabhupada spoke and there were about 500 devotees, he got up. And he said, Prabhupada, this is a cover that I stitched for your Bhagavatam. And he was mentally prepared. Now Prabhupada would say, wonderful! This is how it should be. Everybody please clap for him. And he was mentally prepared for that. So he said, Prabhupada, the Bhagavatam cover, this is... And Srila Prabhupada looked at him and he said, you keep it. I know how to keep my Bhagavatam. You don't. That cover is for you. And you can imagine. You get up in front of 500 people and you expect something and you get something opposite. And In his terms, his face was like a squeezed mango at that point. All the juice is out. Everything's gone. So then he sat down, said, okay. After a few days, he was completely, powdered by Srila Prabhupada. So then, when he went to Srila Prabhupada's room, he said, now let me not go public, let me go private. Once bitten, twice shy. So he took a fruit with him into the room and said, Prabhupada, this is for you. Now he was mentally prepared. Prabhupada would say, I have my fruit, you keep it. But instead Srila Prabhupada said, fruit, thank you so much. This is the best gift I have got. So he was thinking, wait a minute. I gave him a Bhagavatam cover in public and he powders me to pieces, and then I give him a fruit in private and he glorifies it. He asked Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada said, because anything plus humility attracts. But as soon as there is a drop of pride in anything, it becomes poisonous. So on this day, we have two prayers to offer to Lord Shiva. One, intensely pray, we can pray to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva that let him help us on the path of bhakti, being free from false ego. His Grace Mahatma Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, he very famously says that we all pray for humility. And when we pray for humility, Krishna sends somebody to humiliate us. So invariably what happens is that we want humility, but we don't want humiliation. So we can pray to Lord Shiva tonight that let us always be in the mood of the servant with devotees, hearing Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan and other limbs of bhakti, free from false ego. And second and most importantly, let us get attracted towards the lotus feet of Shri Radha and Krishna. And with the second attempt, let us chant a verse composed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Are you all ready for it? Yes. Vrindavana,
Vrindavana,
Manipate,
Manipate,
Jaya Soma Soma,
Jaya Soma Soma,
Mole,
Mole,
Sanandana,
Sanandana,
Sanatana,
Sanatana,
Naradedhya,
Naradedhya,
Gopeshwara,
Gopeshwara,
Brajavilasi,
Brajavilasi,
Yugangri Padme,
Yugangri Padme,
Pritim Prayacha,
Pritim Prayacha,
Nirupadi,
Nirupadi,
Namo Namaste.
Namo Namaste.
What does this mean? Vrindavana Vanipate. O Lord Shiva, who is the famous doorkeeper in Vrindavan, what do the doorkeepers do? Let you in. Yes? So, O famous doorkeeper of Vrindavan, let me in. Yeah? Jaya Soma. Oh, you are so pleasing. And Soma Mole, you also have a crescent moon on the top. And Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. Who are they? Four Kumaras. And Narada. So you are worshipable by these personalities. And Gopeshwara, personality who's taking shelter of the Braja Gopis in worship of Krishna, I ask you for only one thing. Braja Vilasi Yuga Angri Padme Pritim Prayacha. Please give me attachment to the lotus feet of the divine couple who perform pastimes in Vrindavan, Shri Radha Shyama Sundar. Pritim Prayacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. In this endeavor, in this attempt, I bow down to you repeatedly. Please give me shelter and attachment to the lotus feet of Shri Radha Shyama Sundar. So, we'll chant this one more and then we'll wrap up the class. Yeah? Please repeat. Vrindavana Vanipate,
Vrindavana Vanipate,
Jaya Soma Soma,
Jaya Soma Soma,
Mole Sanandana,
Mole Sanandana,
Sanatana Naradedhya,
Sanatana Naradedhya,
Gopeshwara Braja Vilasi,
Gopeshwara Brajavilasi,
Yugangri Padme,
Yugangri Padme,
Pritim Prayacha Nirupadi,
Pritim Prayacha Nirupadi,
Namo Namaste.
Namo Namaste.
So this is the prayer for Lord Shiva. But now we are at the temple of Radha Shyam Sundar. So can we have a pranam mantra for Radha Shyam Sundar too? Okay. This pranam mantra is used for the Radha Shyam Sundar of Shyamananda Prabhu in Vrindavan. Yes? So this deity, we can say, is actually the manifestation of that deity from Vrindavan. So we are not sitting in, so we are actually sitting in Vrindavan. And therefore we'll offer the same pranam that we offer them to them. Okay? Shyamananda Ridananda
Shyamananda Ridananda
Vrindaranya Purandaram
Vrindaranya Purandaram
Radha Bhushita Vamangam
Radha Bhushita Vamangam
Namami Shyama Sundaram.
Namami Shyama Sundaram.
Nice. Shyamananda Ridananda. Oh, that deity which Rit Ananda, which gives pleasure to the heart of Shyamananda Prabhu, Shyamananda Pandit, associate of Narottam and Srinivas. Shyamananda Ridananda Vrindaranya Purandaram. Oh, this deity is the most attractive deity in Braj. Radha Bhushita Vamangam. Oh, that Shyam Sundar has actually come from the left side. That is the heart of Radharani. And therefore, Namami Shyama Sundaram. I bow down to that Shyama Sundar Shri Krishna. Let's repeat this once more. Shyamananda Ridananda
Shyamananda Ridananda
Vrindaranya Purandaram
Vrindaranya Purandaram
Radha Bhushita Vamangam
Radha Bhushita Vamangam
Namami Shyama Sundaram.
Namami Shyama Sundaram.
Jaya Radha Shyama Sundara Jaya So on that note, I would like to stop, and I seek the mercy of all the devotees, even at the end. Please forgive me if I have made mistakes, if I have said something wrong, or if I have said the right thing in the wrong way. Because to err is human, but to forgive is divine. So thank you so much.